take a look around Monza, a 3.599 mile circuit, 11 corners. Been on the calendar now ever since the beginning, only missed one race, and it's celebrating its 100th year. Starting at the exit of the Parabolica, it's an important step to get a good exit and carry the speed all the way down as you start the lap, down towards turn 1, the Rettifilo from 8th gear, 350 kilometers an hour, brake down all the way to 2nd gear at 90 kilometers an hour. Tight exit as well as you approach the Curva Grande as well. Rise up again at the exit of turn 3. You're doing 7th gear, 295. Before you come into the Dalla Roggia chicane, you brake from 8th gear, 330 kilometers an hour, down into 3rd gear at 130 kilometers an hour. Rising up to the two Lesmos then, the Curva di Lesmo 1, 5th gear, 200 kilometers an hour. The second Lesmo slightly banked on the way in as well, 6th gear, 270. Rising now down the straight with the DRS open as well. You reach maximum once again all the way 8th gear, 305 kilometers an hour as you approach the braking zone once again into the Ascari chicane, down into 5th gear, 240 at the exit. Down the back straightaway now towards the Parabolica. You have no DRS, you're relying completely on ERS as you come down. Once again, 8th gear, 340 miles an hour, down, brake, 6th gear, 270 kilometers. Ride the exit as well of the Parabolica. Don't go over the white line or your lap time will be deleted. And that is a blast around the Temple of Speed. Hello everybody and welcome to the FIA Formula 2 feature race from Monza. Now at the moment unfortunately we are in a delay, a big crash in the FIA Formula 3 race as well caused the red flag, and a barrier has had to be repaired as well. It was a concrete barrier as well, so it has taken quite a bit of time. But here is how the grid will line up. You can see the cars are leaving the pit lane as well, getting ready. Thank you very much. Just a drink of water has been brought to me. Oh, is it lemonade? Lemonade, thank you very much. But a drink brought into me as I couldn't leave the commentary box. Anyway, here is the starting grid then for this race. The cars are leaving pit lane and are making their way to the dummy grid before the formation lap as well. It's Jack Doohan and Liam Lawson on pole position as well. Alongside them will then be Marcus Armstrong, Felipe Drugovich, Richard Verschoor and Johan Jaruvela, Amu Awasa and Yuri Vips, Logan Sargent and Frederick Vesti round out the top 10. Then further down as well, it'll be David Beckman and Emil Cordial, Theo Pourchaire and Marino Sato, Enzo Fittipaldi and Callum Williams, Luca Giotto and Ralph Boschung, Dennis Hauger and Ollie Caldwell, Clement Novalak and Tatiana Calderon as well. Now, we've got a few minutes as well to cross over as well before we all get started for the features as well. But we're going to not go on a VT break. We're going to stay with you and answer some questions as well. As you can see, actually, such a quick turnaround that the F3 and F2 tweet decks are still the same. So this will be a bit interesting for you to see how we do it. I press F2 like that, and voila, all the F2 tweets come up as well for all of the action. Now, for those of you who didn't join us yesterday as well, it was Felipe Drugovich who managed to claim on the first time of asking as well the FIA Formula 2 World Championship, and it was an absolute landslide. Theo Pourchaire having a horrible qualifying once again, as in Zandvoort. 2 bad weekends have put him very much off the pace, so that's going to be something to watch out for as well next time out in Abu Dhabi. But the Teams Championship is still very much up for grabs, and that is between MP Motorsport, ART as well, Carling, Hitech and Prema as well. Prema just a few moments ago took the Formula 3 Teams Championship as well. Grenwin says the return of the Brazilians are here. Absolutely, and it couldn't come soon enough. Felipe Drugovich, an absolutely fantastic driver as well. There you can see the cars there just out there as well at the moment on their way to the grid. They've left the support pit lane, gone to the track, and they're coming to the main pit lane now, and then they'll get ready to go onto the grid procedure as well. So the whole thing has been delayed for this feature race as well. Looking at there's such a big gap between everything here today, and there's no other motorsport series to cover as well, as nothing's on this weekend, and there's no actual direct clashes. But We are waiting for the start then. That's what happened in Formula 3 previously as well. If you want to listen to more Formula 3 as well, by the way, then there is a post-season test September 21st to 23rd at the Circuit de Jerez as well in Spain. And you can cover that as well on Formula3.com. But either way, now you're going to see how I change over from Formula 3 to Formula 2's timings. Literally, you just press one number and it changes. How great is that, as well as the cars are heading into the pit lane as well. No official commentary changeover yet to say that the race is delayed, but it should have started 7 minutes ago, which is why we are in this delay. And Sky Sports F1 are showing a feature on Stefano Domenicali at the moment as well, the FIA boss as well, the FIA president. So we're just waiting to see what's going to happen. Doohan is headed back out on the track as well. Everybody is heading back out there. Track temperature at the moment as well, 32.8 degrees. No wind speed to speak of as well. Humidity at 58%. It's a dry track as well out there, which is good news. Air temperature 22.1 degrees. Wind speed direction is 210 as well, and 994.5 M-bar is the air pressure as well. I think we're getting ready to cross over as well for a few minutes, which we will hand over as well. No, not just yet. Do I know the start time? Asked Synthel. No, none at all. No official start time has been told to us. No official delay time as well. So we're basically filling at the moment as well. Let's listen actually to Mick Schumacher as well when he saw his dad's 1991 Jordan.
The sensation of Spa has been Germany's 22-year-old Michael Schumacher, who's substituting for Bertrand Gachot in the Jordan Ford team.
So this is the car your dad drove his first ever laps in a Formula 1 car here at Silverstone, at the South Circuit. You've seen it before, I guess, but...
Only on pictures.
Really?
I've never seen it in real life.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's pure racing, isn't it? Just steering wheel, no buttons on it.
We thought we'll organise a little reunion for you. So we've got some people here who were working with your dad back in '91. Andy Stevenson, you're now at Aston Martin. We see you on the pit wall. But at the time, you were building this car, weren't you?
I was, yeah. I looked after basically this part of the car. And it's quite amazing looking at it now. I remember every single component, and we're talking probably nearly 30 years ago. But she's looking pretty good.
When did you and Eddie first think we're going to get this guy called Michael Schumacher to come to Spa?
I had to try and get Keke Rosberg to come out of retirement. Keke said no. Get a call, 6 o'clock Sunday evening, EJ. Right, tomorrow morning, Michael Schumacher's coming to the factory. We've done a deal. It's
going Dutch in 2021.
Yes, it did. And I think with this, it means that the F1 coverage is about to start from F1 TV, as they've cut that feature off of Schumacher quite quickly. Yep, here we go. Right, it's time then for the F2 feature race as well to get underway. Let's listen to what happened yesterday with Alex Jakes. Previously on Formula 2.
This could be a landmark day if that man is not outscored by Théo Pourchaire by 4 points. And the race to win the sprint is go! Oh, and Dragovic is very close to the wall.
Suspension is broken.
That's game over.
Drama on the opening lap. How far through the field can Théo Pourchaire go? To the inside for Yuri Vips, who takes the lead. Here's Théo Pourchaire, the driver that needs to make moves to keep the championship battle going. Van Amersfoort Racing up against Carlin, and this is Pourchaire with the best view possible. Oh, he's still got a front wing, but I'm not sure how. MP Motorsport having such a tough day. And that's Théo Pourchaire in the gravel.
He's got that upper waiting, hasn't he?
Yuri Vips wins finally this season, and now Felipe Drugovich is the Formula 2 champion of 2022.
Being in this position right now is something incredible to me. It's going to take some time to set in.
Felipe Drugovich of Brazil.
Here we go then, time for one more blast around the Royal Park for Formula 2. The feature race is about to start here for FIA Formula 2. It's round 13 of the season as well, and this year's championship has been electric. It's the longest ever season as well in Formula 2 history, and now as well around this 3.6 mile circuit as well, 5.793 kilometres. It's time to get this sprint going. We've been delayed for around about 15 minutes thanks to the red flag in Formula 3, and then also the very strange situation of we didn't know who the champion was. Formula 2 didn't have that problem either. Last year as well, the Variante di Rettifilo as well, it was up the inside, Pourchaire passing Vips as well for the lead of the race. Down in the Curva de Grande as well, turn 3, and coming into the Dalla Roggia, Piastri versus Zhou was a deadly battle between each other as well. Zhou on the outside, Piastri forcing his way through on the inside at the start of the feature race. And on the Parabolica last year as well, Dan Tinctum sent it up the inside of Johan Daruvalo as well, on what was a do-or-die move, late on the brakes on the inside, a lovely position gained. And we are all set around the Royal Park here in Monza, which the field are now on the grid. The lights have come on and the start time should be around about 9:15. But we're in a little bit of a delay as well, as you've been knowing as well, as Alex Jakes and Iris Powell took us through what happened yesterday in the feature race, in case you didn't join us as well. And I'm delighted to say that as we see our world champion Felipe Drugovich standing in 4th position. Joining me in the commentary box now once again is Synthel. Afternoon, Synth, morning, Synth, although it feels like we've been here for ages, doesn't it? And another long delay. It's delayed F2, but let's hope F2 can give us the feature race we've been wanting today.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a very long day already with Formula 3. But now we're going to go for Formula 2, which was yesterday definitely a lot calmer than Formula 3, so that's a bit good news for us that we can calm down a little. But now with the mandatory pit stop as well, of course, with the feature race, it's going to be very interesting for sure.
Yes, absolutely. And there's Jack Doohan just walking there as well. There's Mick Doohan as well, his father, just getting ready. So Jack's just getting into the car now as well, we're being told. So he's going to get ready as the start proceeds in a few minutes' time. Doesn't take too long to do the belts up in Formula 2 cars as well. It's quite quicker. Liam Lawson starts 2nd as well, and championship position is 5th. Lawson had a lot of criticism yesterday for his contact with Theo Pourchaire that cost Pourchaire the title. Liam Lawson is not happy. He's not being treated happily in the paddock at the moment as well. And I can't really blame him, to be fair, because it was a do-or-die manoeuvre, and unfortunately it wasn't all that great of a manoeuvre as well. But Drugovich the champion, 3 races left then since this year, of course 2 events as well, and it's all really for fun. But the most important thing is that the team's championship is still under the guard as well. Can you hear me, Synth?
Oh, hello? Yeah, you
sorry.
just got away.
Sorry, I think our internet was playing up a second there as well on the laptop. Can you hear me okay now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Fantastic, yeah. I was just saying as well about how it's all going to be now for the team's championship, but everybody else has a quiet, relaxing day.
Yeah, exactly. It's for the drive championship. It's already finished, of course, for the champion Felipe Drugovich. But yeah, the constructor championship can still be very interesting, for sure, with MP Motorsport leading now. But behind them, there's close battles behind, and that one is definitely going to last until Abu Dhabi.
Yep, it definitely is as well, as we're just looking through the grid now as well. We haven't yet gone through it officially with the timing graphics, but I already mentioned it earlier on. Let's have a look then. What is the F2 commentary saying? Hello and welcome to Monza for the feature race. The sun is beaming down on the grid and we're almost ready to go. Well, it looks like it's going to be 9:20 is the start time as well, so a 20-minute delay to what we're anticipating. That shouldn't be too bad then. We should be done around about 10:30, which in total pushes the schedule half an hour behind. But that only means that there's a half an hour gap between F2 and the Porsche Super Cup. So really, it's not that bad for the schedule, is it? The spacing sort of worked out a little bit well.
Yeah, and especially with the big gap between the Porsche Super Cup race and the Formula 1 race.
Tatiana Calderon is not racing today, we've been told. So I'm not sure why, but Tatiana Calderon is unwell and is not racing today.
Oh, maybe, yeah, well, she was in an incident yesterday. Yeah. Not too big of a contact there, so I'm not sure if that was the reason for it. I suppose it was not.
I'm just typing in Tatiana Calderon to see if I can get anything as well as to know why. And yeah, Tatiana Calderon is unwell today, so she's not racing, is all the information I've got as well. Let's have a look then. Oh, the commentary just talking about Felipe Drugovich now as well as we get ready for the feature race. It's a 30-lap feature race as well, and we're not on lap 21 already. That's the timing graphic still saying yesterday's results. It hasn't switched over just yet, and trying to select it is quite hard as well, because it always doesn't work. So if I hit refresh there, it'll get ready and start up again. 30 laps ahead of us then. It's a 1 minute 30 lap time, so you can see why they're thinking it's going to take around about an hour as well. It's a 60-minute race plus 1 lap, 175.451 kilometres. Right then, here's the starting grid. Finally confirmed to us as well for this feature race here at Monza. Jack Doohan lines up on pole position for Virtuosi Racing. Liam Lawson for Carling is alongside him on the front row. Row 2 sees Marcus Armstrong alongside Felipe Drugovich as well in 3rd and 4th. 3rd row of the grid, 5th for Richard Verschoor and 6th for Johan Jaruvula. Row 4 of the grid then also, that sees Awuwa Wassa start 7th. Yuri Vips, yesterday's winner, starts in 8th position. And then on row 5, Logan Sargent starts in 9th position and Frederick Vesti starts in 10th. Row 6 sees David Beckman alongside Emil Cordial as well, the 2 Van Amersfoort Racing drivers as well. Row number 7 sees Theo Pocher alongside Marino Sato. Row 8 sees Enzo Fittipaldi 15th alongside Callum Williams in 16th. Row 9 of the grid sees Luca Giotto returning in 17th. He's alongside Ralph Boschon, 2 old championship rivals. That's weird. And then on row 10, Dennis Hauger starts 19th and Ollie Caldwell is 20th. And on the back row, it's Clement Novalak as well. And Tatiana Calderon will not start this race as well. On medical grounds, she's not starting this race. Engine notes rise. Green light, away we go. The parade last beginning and the pole does not get going. Oh no, Jack Doohan stalled. Jack Doohan for pole position. Can he get it going? Yes, he can. And crucially, as well, the whole field have not passed him, so Jack Doohan can now regain his original grid position, but he's stalled on the way. You're back with us. Sorry for that. A little bit of a OBS freeze. Let's hear from Jack Doohan. Actually, no, we've lost all the top 3, but I'll tell you what, Synth, I'd rather have not hearing the top 3 and having a computer than not hearing the top 3.
Yeah, exactly. And at least we'll see the start live.
Yeah, I was very nervous for a split second because OBS completely crashed on me, so I'm literally just not going to touch the computer for the rest of the stream. I'm not even going to move the mouse. Everything's working, you can still hear us and everything, and yeah, I'm not going to touch it. Just say something since I know you're working.
Sorry, yeah, I'm working. Hello.
Yeah, you're all good.
Yeah, what's the name again for the Parabolica now? It has been changed, but I think well.
It's Ascari now, the last corner.
No, it's not. Ascari she chicane before.
Oh, right. Sorry, Alboreto.
Alboreto, yeah. Well, I'm probably still going to call it Parabolica because it's such a good name.
I think
they changed it.
I think they've officially called it the Alboreto Parabolica, haven't they, or something like that, just to keep that name in.
Alboreto Curve, I think, or something. I'm not too sure, but
yeah,
I prefer Parabolica.
Yeah, it's more the official title, isn't it, as they come to the line? Yeah. Anyway, Jack Doohan has regained his grid slot after stalling on the grid. We stalled on the parade lap as well, actually, so thank God that's working. And I'm literally walking away from the computer with some speed, and I don't want it to go off again. Jack Doohan lines up directly on his grid slot as well. Alongside him, Liam Lawson as well. Let's hear from Beckman.
To Beckman.
Okay, David, we have a puncture. We're going to box this lap to change your right rear tire.
So David Beckman's got a puncture. Wise for the team not to let him start, otherwise that would have been a big problem. So 20 cars will start this race. Tatiana Calderon will not on medical grounds, and everyone's
he's not in the
in.
pits, huh?
Yeah, he's not in the pits. He's gone straight to the grid. That's very bizarre. So Beckman's got a puncture, but he's still going to go. Anyway, all eyes to the lights. Green flag. 2 lights. 3, 4, 5. Lights. Lights out, and Doohan doesn't get going again. Armstrong goes around the outside, and taking the lead goes Liam Lawson. Doohan eventually gets going, but before everybody passes him, he's dropped behind Marcus Armstrong. He's dropped behind Yuri Vips. He's down to about 8th position into turn 1. Armstrong is side by side. Dragovic is there too, taking 3rd position. He's trying to defend from Richard Verschoor. Off the track as well goes Ralph Boschung, but a clean start, nearly. Oh, contact in the middle of the field, and into the wall. Big one there. Oh, big accident. This will be a red flag. 4 cars involved, and the safety car is going to be deployed immediately right at the back of the field. And, well, this will be a red flag because it's more drama.
Doohan.
It's Doohan. And it's, Doohan and Sargent making contact, and this will absolutely be a red flag. The safety car is out, and the F2 guys have been wound up too much. And we're going to have this all over again. There's contact at turn 1, there's contact at turn 3. And out of the race, is that Theo Pourchaire as well?
Yeah,
out?
it is Pourchaire.
Oh, well,
There's one of the guys who's out of the race. Let me just try and figure out who I've been involved with that, but we've at least lost 5 cars now, and he's sitting down now.
Well, why is he sat down? Boschung's out.
So,
Giotto, Hauger, Novalak as well.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so it was Pourchaire who made the initial contact with Boschung, I think. Then I think only Kato was involved with it, and so was Luca Giotto in that first incident alone. So 4 cars. And then in the second incident, I think they went 3 wide with Ruvla, and then Doohan and Sato were both out of the race. Well, he's kept it going again, Jack Doohan, but he's got a broken suspension, so he'll be out of the race in a bit.
So it's Giotto, Caldwell, Boschung, Pourchaire down turn 1. Sargent's off at turn 3. Oh, and Wings off for Doohan as well. Puncture, suspension break, trying to get back to the pit lane. Well, that is 5 cars gone immediately. So Pourchaire, Giotto, Boschung, Caldwell. Calderon didn't start, so 5 cars gone, 6 lost from the race, and I wouldn't be surprised at all with 15. I wouldn't be surprised if the race gets red flagged again, to be fair. And let's take a look at the start. Talk us through it, Synth. It was chaotic from lights out with Doohan not getting going.
Yeah, Doohan again, so it was a bigger problem than I thought it would be. So he stalled it again on the grid, so that cost him a lot. Well, eventually he's going to be involved in the next one. Turn 1 was pretty calm still. I think only 1 car gone straight on in the back, so everyone did make it through, seemingly without contact there in the back. I think it was Boschung. So look at Boschung now. He's going to come back on the track, and that Pourchaire, and they're going to go 3 wide. There's the contact with Pourchaire.
Yeah, well, he just got away. Here it is.
Boschung.
So Boschung gets forced off the track by
Fittipaldi.
Yeah, Fittipaldi.
Who was going side by side with Cordeel. And now look at this. They're going 3 wide, and there's the contact. He hits into the wall, but then Ben Pourchaire collects another 2 cars.
Oh, this is, Doohan just goes into anti-stall once again and gets going. I understand that there's no barrier damage, so we're not going to go red flag. We're just going to stay behind the safety car. As we now see on board with Doohan. Doohan was having problems shifting anyway. He's got a gearbox problem there for sure.
Yeah. So, but let's see, there's quite a lot of debris, of course, but in the back now there's an incident with Pourchaire, and he collected 2 more cars, which are, I think, then Ollie Caldwell and Luca Giotto. But now towards the De La Rocha chicane, you can see they're going 3 wide now. I think it was Sargent on the outside and the roof on the inside, and there's the contact. Quite a big contact. I think he got airborne a little bit as well there.
So and let's hear from Doohan actually.
Oh my god, mate.
So Daruvalo was on the left-hand side there.
Yeah, so it was Daruvalo who hit it. This is Pourchaire's start. And Pourchaire actually got quite an okay getaway. Oh, and flying up the inside was Marino Sato. He got a brilliant getaway. Doohan's in the pits and out of it, so 15 cars left in the race. And this is Pourchaire. So Boschung's going to go off the track behind him. He'll cut across, and now look, Pourchaire's going to see Boschung come out nowhere. And there's just contact between them. He'll spin, and there's all sorts of... I'm amazed. To be fair, there we go. The side swiping. I'm amazed no one side swiped him when he first span. But,
and that was Giotto who had a bigger impact with him.
Johan Daruvalo once again being a bit of a clumsy driver, causing that incident.
He didn't expect they were going 3 wide.
Yeah.
With Sargent on the outside as well.
That was 6 and 1, half a dozen the other. So, out of the race goes Doohan. Well, this is a ludicrous start to proceedings today. SHT says it's an absolute carnage. Another DNF for Sargent and more bad luck for Jack Doohan. Yeah, Jack Doohan just can't catch me.
Auger's not on a drive-through penalty.
Wheels not fitted at the 3-minute signal. Okay. So, because we didn't know where the race was going to start, I can take that. So,
Yeah.
this is insane. Official 15 cars left in the race. Doohan, Sargent, Pourchaire, Giotto, Boschong, Caldwell, all out in the opening lap. Tatiana Calderon never started this race. SHT says, just curious about your opinion. Are you confident about McLaren in the race from third and fourth on the grid? SHT says, honestly, I'm not quite confident with McLaren's race pace though. Don't know why, as I'm really sure they will on their long race pace. If Ferrari create a master plan again, or master plan, Ferrari will trip themselves like a bunch of banana peels since they're really on yellow suits. That's quite good actually, but to be fair, I see Max Verstappen still winning the race. Even though he starts from 7th, I still see him winning the race from that far back as well. What's your take on this? Is it McLaren's day, or could it be George Russell's?
I think Leclerc's going to win.
Oh, wow, okay, I didn't expect that. I've gone for Verstappen. Because he's won the last four.
I think Leclerc's got good pace. Well, maybe in the race, Red Bull did seem really confident that they've got great race pace, but yeah, over one lap, Leclerc and Ferrari, which were really good as well compared to the Red Bulls, so maybe Leclerc will take it as well.
Absolutely. Okay, I'll take that. I'll agree with you. It's going to be fun. I'm hoping that the F1's just as fun as it is. Let's have a go.
We have a drive-through penalty for the mistake we did on the grid.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that did not sound nice, did it?
Yeah, not allowed to serve that under the safety car, of course. So we've lost 6 cars, haven't we?
Yeah.
Of course, we've had
Calderon
the first one. Sorry, Tatiana.
Yeah.
Calderon. The first one to be out, and then now we've lost Doohan, Sargent, Pourchaire, Giotto, and Boschong.
Yeah, Boschong's out. That's what the timer screen's saying anyway. 15 cars left. Stewards. Lap 1 in between Boschong and Pourchaire will be investigated after the race. Okay, so.
Who's the other one we're missing?
Caldwell.
Caldwell, of course. Oh yeah, of course, he was involved as well. I wonder why we didn't see the what we saw with the live pictures. Why we didn't see that angle?
That's what I want to know.
To box this lap, we changed to option tires. Why box? Why? For legality and puncture.
Legality and puncture? But if he had a puncture, wouldn't it have gone down by now?
Yeah.
How slow is that puncture? Yeah, slowest puncture I've ever seen. Legality and puncture. Well, I can't see anything wrong with those tyres, can you? They looked okay to me.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what they see. Oh, it's a slow one as well.
Well, they can't get the front wheel off, look. The nut won't go on. That took a long time. Legality, wheel nut. Wonder if that wheel nut was bad, and that's why they said puncture instead of wheel nut, not good. FIA stewards, turn 4 in between Deruvela, Doohan and Sargent will also be investigated after the race. We'll bring you everything in the Grand Prix review. Amazingly, Beckman returns 15th in the field as well, but on the computer screens he's 12th. So
yeah, I reckon.
Oh, hang on! I don't like this. I hope that truck's going out of the way because Doohan's coming through in a minute. I don't want that.
Should be fine, but I don't think we'll see any penalties. I think most of them will be just as a lap 1 incident because they were going 3 wide at the yellow Rogers again, a bit unlucky.
Yeah.
The first one, I think Pourchaire moved a bit too much left, but maybe you can see this Boschong rejoining dangerously. Not really. I don't think that's going to be a penalty either. So all these incidents has been just pretty unluckily mostly.
That's Mick Doohan looking at Jack Doohan there in the pit in the race, and Jack's not got out of the car yet, so can he rejoin if they're setting something up? So yeah, Luca Giotto is out of the race, by the way, a driver who's returned to the championship after Roy Nazani has been banned from this event after accumulating too many penalty points on his licence. Same what happened with Cordeal at the beginning of the year, and to be fair, Nazani nearly killing him in Halga at Silverstone. It's amazing it hasn't happened since. Roy Nazani, not the greatest racing driver in the world. as they come back through. Am I being a bit harsh there? Although he didn't nearly kill himself and Hauger at Silverstone.
Yeah, he's not too slow, of course, but
Yeah.
he's just really aggressive.
Safety car is going to remain out front of the few laps then, as the drivers, there's Pourchaire as well with Giotto, and I can't tell who that last one is. I think it's Ollie Caldwell walking back into the pit lane. Finally. Oh, that's on the Monza banking some tyres there as well. I was wondering what the tyres were. The Aston Martin safety car certainly gets some mileage in today.
Yeah, I wonder if we can see that later on in Formula 1 as well.
I really hope so, but it'll liven up the race.
Yeah, and another strategic decision which Ferrari can ruin.
Yeah, we'll go to plan A. We'll put intermediate tyres on a perfectly dry track. To be fair, the strategist needs replacing. I don't know why they haven't already, to be fair. They're just losing time hand over fist with that.
Yeah, I don't understand either.
Let's take a look then. Cars. It looks like it's clear now at Dalla Roggia, which is good. So,
Yeah, eventually it was only Sargent who stopped here.
Yeah, so we can easily push him away. It's not yet clear at the first corner. At the exit of Rettifilo into Curva Grande. Let's just hope we have a restart to the race quite soon. And yep, okay. Brilliant. Safety car in this lap. I have a gift. So it looks like they've got the cranes out of the way then in time. Liam Lawson now leads this race. Drugovich is second. Armstrong third. Verschoor fourth. Iwasa fifth. Vip sixth. Jaruvula seventh. Vesti eighth. Sargent ninth. Fittipaldi 10th. Cordial 11th. Williams is 12th. Hauger 13th. Novalak 14th. Beckman is 15th as well and has caught up to the field. Out of the race, Doohan, Sargent, Pourchaire, Giotto, Boschung and Caldwell. Calderon never started the event. How long before the next safety car, Synth?
Yeah, well, maybe already immediately. We know it Formula 2, we've seen some crashes before. Actually, wait, is Drugovich on a different strategy compared to Lawson? That could be very interesting, but he's waiting until when is he going to go? He's gone already, isn't he?
Yeah, medium compound tyres looks like for Drugovich and soft compound for Lawson, so you are right, they want split strategies. Safety cars coming in, and he's got the jump on him actually, those soft tyres Lawson has, so it was a good idea as we go back to green flag running, and Drugovich is under pressure from Marcus Armstrong. Perfect restart from Liam Lawson. Armstrong pulls to the outside line as well as Hauger comes into the pit lane as well. All 15 cars in shot there, and Armstrong looking back at the inside line. Drugovich loses out then for third position. Verschoor can't get through. The two Red Bull livery cars going side by side. Jaruvula and Iwasa. Iwasa coming out, I think, on top there ahead of Jaruvula. Yes, he does. And now Juri Vips is coming under pressure as well around Curva Grande. Wow, that's a close one there as Iwasa goes for it.
Yeah, pretty calm restart. Oh, they're trying to warm up the tires still. Vips on the inside of Iwasa, side by side. What's Dalla Roggia? He's trying to keep it around the outside, and he's been pushed off the circuit. Now, Iwasa has to give that position back to Juri Vips.
Yep, does so, but Johan Jaruvala's right there as well. Jaruvala's going to go around the outside at Lesmo and say thank you very much. An outside move at Lesmo. Don't see those very much. So Iwasa drops 2 places then on this lap. Had to give one back, and then the one he overtook has to give away as well as Vesti and Sato getting a bit close together. This is Iwasa going around the outside as well. On the inside line, sorry, coming into Dalla Roggia.
Yeah, it was on the outside. There was no contact, I think, and yeah, very unfortunate for Iwasa. They had to give back the position, and that Jaruvula was right behind. Right behind him, so he could also get past him as well. Let's see here. Oh,
okay.
To like pictures.
I thought we were going to see it too, as that is that's Novalak battling with Beckman as well. Hauger's dropped back after he came into the pit lane and changed tyres early on, and now can Marcus Armstrong. No DRS yet. Can he slipstream his way past Lawson? But right now, Verschoor's under pressure from Juri Vips. Vips wants to maybe do the double here as he goes up into 4th position. Vips started 8th, now 4th. And at the inside as well, further back, Vesti on Iwasa.
Yeah, many battles in the first corner, but it definitely a bit calm so far. Let's see Vesti, is he trying to get back past him towards the Delaroche chicane? He might try and defend the inside line.
I think he's going to try and have a go. Yes, Vips looks to the inside, and now look at that. Yep, look at that on the inside. Saucy battling with Awasa as well. I think I said that right. I don't know why I'm correcting myself.
Vesti.
Vesti passing
Saucy,
Awasa. Yeah, thank you.
Saucy is Formula 3, isn't it?
It's the other livery car in Formula 3. Yeah, that's right. I stood there thinking, why you said that? As it comes through. Anyway, back on the action then as we come down. There's Dragovic as well, right behind as well. Vips is closing in on him as well. The gap is actually closing on this last lap. No DRS until the next iteration as well, down the back straightaway towards Ascari. So the field beginning to get spread out. This is, we've got a yellow flag. Yellow flag's out. Someone's off the track. Don't know where.
Cardil in a battle. Maybe he could be involved in that. No, he's not.
It's sector 3. Well, that's here.
Williams.
Oh, Callum Williams, is he stopped on the way? Oh, he's in the wall. Safety car. Red flag. Wow, this will be a red flag. Safety car's been deployed, and Williams is in the wall at Ascari, and he's destroyed the tyre barrier. That's going to need a lot more repair. And safety car's called. Armstrong pitch, Druvela, Awasa, all into the pit lane straight away. And look at that. A big puff of smoke as the pit lane gets caught by surprise as the safety car's been called. And everyone on the soft tyres can now dive into the pit lane and change tyres. But this has not worked out for Liam Lawson because he hasn't come in. So Lawson loses the chance to pit because the safety car got caught before he went through.
Yeah, unless he is still ahead of the safety car.
That's a point. When does the safety car come out? Because it was a late call, so has Bert Mylander left the pit lane in time? But this will be a red flag. We know it will be because the tyre barrier is damaged, so they've got to repair it.
So maybe they shouldn't pit because that just cost them time.
So
now I wonder if it was with Cordial. I think I'm not sure. It was very late, but I saw someone move to the inside. That was Cordial. Maybe they were going side by side. But or it could be on his own. I doubt that. We saw Carlos Sainz in a practice session last year that crashed pretty heavily. And this could definitely be a red flag because it was quite a big impact and that barriers were definitely destroyed.
That's Hauger pitting again onto mediums after taking the softs off. So he's gone on an alternate and then another alternate strategy. That's his second stop of the race for Dennis Hauger, but he may as well. Now, yeah, I am thinking to myself here, we can predict Formula 2. We and everything as well. But Chris Mellon's just tweeted, if the junior series is anything to go by, we're in for a long afternoon at Monza. Absolutely right. And look at that. That's a red flag, isn't it? Because the tyre barriers have been moved, so they need a crane to be replaced. So it's a red flag situation. It has to be stopped. We can't repair that barrier behind the safety car. Talk us through it, though, Synth.
So it was with Beckman, in fact, the other Browns racing car, and there's the contact indeed. Wow, that's quite a big impact for Williams. But luckily he is okay. So on the outside, side by side to Ascari is definitely difficult, especially with these Formula 3 cars. And I think Williams just understeered a little bit too much to the right hand side.
I don't know what happened there. He didn't give me much room.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
Maybe Monza should start not using tyre barriers.
Yeah, but I think Beckman was enough to the right hand side. I think he even was on the curb. So I think Williams just understeered a little bit too much to the right hand side. Slight contact and left into the left hand side into the wall. But the safety car has got up to Lawson.
Yeah, it has. Let's hear from Lawson.
Just to confirm on boxing now, right? Yeah, confirm.
No, don't. Don't pit, because you're going to lose track position. It has to go red flag. Don't pit. Do not pit, Liam. Do not. Oh, they're all pitting. Oh. Wrong. Richard Verschoor takes the lead, but they're going to have to red flag the race. Now, the only thing I can think of is if they haven't stopped it now, is because they want to make sure everyone has a pit stop to make it fair, so no one's disadvantaged. I can see that, but they're going to have to stop the race because there's no work going on down there at Ascari because it's such a tight part of the track. We know the red flag is coming, and why they're just continuing to go out, I don't know. You can't run the whole race behind a safety car, so I've got zero clue why we haven't red flagged the race. Now that the drivers have left the pit lane and everybody's now pitted, bar Verschoor and Sato, then surely we'll go to a red flag. But Druvela has the net lead of the race. And they're gonna sorry, go on, Synth.
Yeah, I don't understand anyways, because now look, Lawson dropped down to 10th, Phipps to 11, Beckman, and Dragovic as well to 13th. They dropped all the way to the back if everyone had pitted. It's just no use. And did something happen here in the final corner?
This is Armstrong with the safety. Oh, Armstrong cut the safety car line completely. He'll get a penalty for that. So the safety car came out, and I was wondering what that smoke was. He's both speeding in the pit lane and cutting the entrance to the pit lane as well, because he didn't go behind the bollard.
Yeah, so he's going to get 2 big penalties for that, I suppose.
Yeah, he'll get a drive-through and then a time penalty. So that's his race pretty much done. So
now, maybe for sure Sato are gambling on the red flag.
Yeah, they'd have to. I would gamble on the red flag, because then you get the net lead of the race. And if not, everyone's tyres are going to be wearing off towards the end when you've got faster tyres. So I want to see what's happening down there at Ascari. I want to see that part of the track. Oh, it's still there! There's no what? It's going to be a red... Why? Red flag. Red flag, race stopped. There we go. Well, why did it take that long? Why?
I don't know. I don't understand the FIA anyways, last late races. This season. This is always some weird decisions. It all went so well yesterday, and they've just doing so many weird things today.
I take it the universe doesn't want me to have a fry-up breakfast today, because that was coming my way in 15 minutes' time, but that could not happen. Okay, so red flag, race is stopped. Once again, in a junior series, we go through this procedure. A barrier repair at Ascari. We're in for a long afternoon, aren't we?
Yeah.
Porsche Supercup's probably going to get red flagged. Formula 1 is probably going to get red flagged as well. So this is ridiculous. How long are we going to go on for? Let's hear from Jaruvula, who's got the net lead. He hasn't got
the guys in front. They can change tires, but do they still have to pit? Yes, they can change tires, but they still have to do the pit stop.
Ah. So Rashur and Sato can change tyres, but they still have to do their mandatory pit stop. The red flag doesn't help them here. Interesting. Yeah. I had an ambulance there, but that's not the ambulance. It's the safety car. That is the Aston Martin safety car, just alerting people in the pit lane that it's coming down with the whole field behind it. So, red flag. What a dramatic start we've had to today here, race day Sunday. Formula 3 having a safety car, then a red flag for a barrier repair, having to stand around waiting for the champion to be announced. Now we're 1/3 distance in the F2 race, lap 10 of 30, and we've got a red flag because Callum Williams has hit the wall. We're down to 14 runners, and they've got to bring the tractor on to remove the car, and then they've got to repair the tyre barrier, and it completely blocks the track. Here it is again then, Sins. Talk us through it again.
Well, that didn't make sense why the other cars pitted, because otherwise it doesn't count as mandatory pit stop. You see here, yeah, it is Williams, who just got a bit too much to the right hand side. I think there was enough room for Beckman. And yeah, I don't understand why they didn't.
I think the cars have already pitted before the red flag. That counts as a mandatory pit stop, but Rashur and Sato can now change tyres, but they have to complete the mandatory pit stop because it hasn't been done under a green flag condition.
Yeah, so that, but they can now do maybe some sort of soft strategy.
Yeah, they're going to be fast.
Yeah, but yeah, they do have to make another pit stop, which the other cars don't.
Oh, I don't think Callum Williams is happy at how they're treating his car at the moment. Race control. The race will resume at 10:55 local time. That's in 9 minutes. So
they don't have to repair the barrier.
Presumably they're doing it now because it's just tyres, isn't it? So put them down, I think. And I think they had to red flag it because they had to move the car out of the way and repair the barrier. So the race will resume in 10 minutes. So okay, it makes sense. Yeah, if there was a runoff at Ascari, that was a tarmac runoff, I reckon they would have just put them through there and not red flagged it, but it's gravel, so they can't. Turn incident involving Williams and Beckman reviewed. No further investigation for causing a collision.
Yeah, I agree with that one because I think it was just a bit unlucky as well. It's just difficult to go side by side through there, and Williams eliminated himself already, so...
Unacceptable, Poitiers just shouted down the microphone there, the cameraman. Well,
it was unlucky with Poitiers' incident, of course.
Yeah.
But he
Right.
moved left.
Let's go YouTube chat for a second and get some info. Where did we get to? SHT is reporting the latest news is that Nick de Vries is reportedly being considered by Alpine as a candidate for 2023, according to some reports. I reckon that is going definitely to be Nick de Vries at Williams next year, and as well, Alpine will have to find somebody else, presumably Gasly if they can't get him. Then it'll probably be Schumacher. Go on.
Maybe if Hertha does not get the enough points on the super license, so Gasly won't be released from AlphaTauri,
Yeah.
then maybe Nick de Vries will have a chance of that spot in the Alpine.
I was thinking more Schumacher, to be fair. I was hoping Schumacher, but it might not go that way, to be fair.
Maybe. I don't know. It's such a weird moment, man. A lot of big silly season moment. It's really. We might see an whole mix-up of the whole grid next year.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Lot of fun as well. The Racing Championship next year. SHT says Roy Nazani is like the Israel version of Pastor Maldonado. Just he's quite slow. Got another race banned for this weekend after instant last round. Yes. And SHT for not red flagging earlier on. Yeah, it should have been red flagged. Stewards all round these past races have gone to their holiday mentality early, says Gwenwyn. Absolutely. Let's have a race recap then. At Lights Out, Jack Doohan had a poor getaway. That gave the lead of the race as well to Liam Lawson. Marcus Armstrong was battling with him as well into turn one. Felipe Drugovich as well had to set up a third place after Richard Bashir tried to get through. But it was drama to begin with. Ralph Boschung getting sent off the track, coming back on as well and clipping Theo Porcher as well, as they all didn't make it through the Rettifilio. Now that incident as well caused the first safety car, both of them spinning in opposite directions. Boschung hitting the wall as well. Porcher spinning and getting collected by both Ollie Caldwell and Luca Giotto as well. Two side-on impacts. Then Jack Doohan got forced off. Jan Jaruvalo made contact with him, and on the outside was Logan Sargent. Doohan is classified out of the race but might be able to rejoin. Sargent retired there and then. Now their second safety car as Callum Williams was into the wall as well, being caused, I believe, did you say, Sid, it was by Emile Cordial?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the red flag, and that's why we're into this. Red flag again. Go on, Sid.
Right. Now, for sure, it has to still make a pit stop, but can we already see if they changed tires? No, right, they're still on the same tires they were before.
What are the Prima lot doing? They're hammering something in. What are they doing?
It's allowed, of course, on their safety car to change setup and change anything possible, but there's only 4 minutes and 6 seconds to go now until the start again. I wonder, will we see a standing start finally? A standing start restart in Formula 2 after a red flag?
I hope so.
I doubt it, but I hope so, yeah, as well.
Because it'll make sense if they do it, because, well, we've had a situation where we don't really need it, do we? It's sort of, we can have. I can't do the countdown. Sorry, everyone. I was trying to do the countdown timer, but it won't let me. I hope we have a standing start because there's no reason not to. It's in the rules.
Yeah.
So let's see. Drivers getting back in the pit lane now. Oh, Drugovich. Hello. Just removing his fire suit underwear from an uncomfortable position. Iwasa stayed in the car throughout the whole of this. He hasn't got out. So he's remained focused again. But Iwasa is used to long delays as well. So he's going to be okay.
You know that from F2.
Yes, yeah. Oh, and his Japanese racing career as well. He once said in an interview as well, he spent nearly 6 races in Japan just waiting in the pit lane because the red flag was out due to the heavy rain.
Yeah, that can happen in Japan, of course.
It's been a dry race in Fuji actually right now for the 6 hours of Japan for World Endurance Championship, so it's been quite good over there. Always love Fuji, and it's a great venue. Under investigation is Marcus Armstrong, rightly so as well. Presumably, pit entry incident involving Armstrong failing to follow race director's instructions. Well, it'd be, if they don't give a penalty for that, then there we go. Time penalty, 10 seconds for Marcus Armstrong for failing to follow the race director's instructions. And that's because he darted behind the bollard and came into the pit lane late. And presumably why is he shaking his head? He did it. It was wrong.
Yeah.
You deserve it, and don't shake your head thinking, oh, why me, why me? You did it, and it was dangerous. Honestly, sometimes you can tell these guys are rookies, can't you?
Yeah, it was pretty clear that there's going to be a penalty.
Wow, they've been to the shop. They're brand new.
Yeah, it's early.
Why is it? I've noticed this actually. Quite a lot of the Tifosi as well, and quite a lot of the Italian men as well. The sleeves of their t-shirt get folded up onto the top of their shoulder. I mean, why? It's quite weird. I've just noticed that. That's the third different member I've seen doing that.
No idea.
The things you spot while under a red flag. Let's hope we don't have a red flag later on, actually, because I doubt Ian Burge can last that long in the commentary box with his eyes at the moment. I can see why, actually, because I'm getting eye ache sat here in the chair, because the light right above you as well, it shines onto you, and it's quite hard. Race will resume. Rolling start.
Rolling start again.
Somebody sack the race director and tell him that we have a 5-light procedure for a reason.
Yeah, it's just... I don't know why F2 just doesn't. This race director doesn't want to be. Doesn't want any standing starts. I don't really get it. It's fun.
Yeah. So rolling start it is, and well, a 10-minute delay to the race. Then we've got 38 minutes left on the clock, and we've got 20 laps.
I guess this year F2 is more comparable to Formula 1 because of the new cars, F1 cars that can follow a lot better. It seems to, it looks a little bit more like these races. I hope so, because in these races they can't. The number one doesn't pull away. It's just a train from P1 to the back.
Yeah.
All race. So imagine we see that in Formula 1 this year.
Green light here at Monza. And the safety car leads them out onto the track as well. It will be a rolling start procedure, which means that the drivers will form up once again in single file, and then when they get the green light, we will go back to racing here for the FIA Formula 2's Italian Grand Prix. Vasseur, Sato, Giarivolo, Wassa, Armstrong, Vesti, Novalak, Cordial, Fittipaldi, Lawson, Vips, Beckman, Dragovic, and Hauger. The running of the 14. Out of the race, are you ready? Williams, Doohan, Sargent Poitier, Giotto, Bosch on Caldwell, and Calderon never started the race on medical grounds. So the 21 that started, 14 are the only ones that remain in this race. And the safety car is in this lap, and the lights have already been switched off by the time we get to Dalla Loggia. It will be a rolling start procedure as well.
Incredible. We're only 1/3 of the race and we've lost so many drivers already.
Hands up for another red flag in 10 laps.
Yeah, everything's possible here. Let's see.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, let's see if everyone will make it through now. So let's see where did Vasseur pit? Which did they change tires for sure? And Sato, the top two.
Can't quite tell. They were on mediums. So let's see if they did. Rolling start. Look at the boards with the RS on it as well. So rolling start. Safety car go away. Gwenwyn says, speaking of Japan, sad news since Kaito is going bankrupt. Is it? Oh no. Oh, I heard about that in the news.
Mediums. And soft for Sato.
Say again?
Medium for Vasseur and soft for Sato, so that's quite interesting.
Oh, so I'm surprised Sato didn't change. Because they were on the same tyres, and they haven't changed tyres because of the mandatory pit stop rules. So here we go. Ready for a restart then, here at Formula 2 at the Italian Grand Prix. Yeah, who was that from in the mid-pack?
I think Lawson.
Yeah.
No, Lawson's out, of course. No, is he? No, it's not out. Lawson.
Lawson's 10th, yeah. And it was Lawson. I can see him locking up as well now. And away we go. Verschoor's hit the accelerator before we get to the Parabolica. It's a stop-go penalty for Marcus Armstrong as well, and another 10 seconds for the dangerous driving. Green flag, race on again here at Monza. Verschoor takes the lead as Sato tries to get something back as well. Druva third, Awasa fourth. Is anyone going to go for a move into the Rettifilio as the race restarts? Well, they were looking for it. Yes, they are. Armstrong looks to the inside line, first of all for Awasa, and they go side by side as well. Novalak was having a go at Vesti. Awasa can't, does defend. Oh, little touch the grass there from Liam Lawson. Cordial up to 8th. Armstrong now on the inside line of Awasa coming through Kota Grande on the run down towards Dalla Rocchio as well. Novalak's getting involved, Vesti's getting involved as well. They're all getting involved in the battle down towards the braking zone. As Awasa comes back, Armstrong letting the brakes. Armstrong takes it 3-1, doesn't go. Contact further back. That's between Cordial, Vips and Lawson, and they drop down. Lawson goes to 9th.
Oh, incredible. 3 wide to Della Rocchio obviously doesn't work. Vesti really nearly tries to make it 3 wide as well, but just backed out of it at the end, luckily, because otherwise that would have been an incident as well. Into the chicane, no DRS just yet as he heads to straight towards the Ascari chicane.
I've just been told that it's actually now news breaking that Jack Doohan is the favourite to replace Alonso and Alpine as well. He's just become the favourite this morning as Vesti and Awasa do a little bit of battling as well further back. Nice to see as well. But Novalak's joined the back of them as well. 14 cars. It's still hard to tell who's who. And Vesti again pulls in behind Awasa down the back straight away. He's going to go for a move on the inside line. Fittipaldi also looking for a way through. Is Fittipaldi in or out? Yeah, Fittipaldi's in. Armstrong pits for, now is this a drive-through or is this the stop-go? Let's see which one it'll be as they all go through. Vesti pulls to the outside line. No DRS yet though. He's going to go the outside in towards Parabolica and he's taken him.
Oh, he nearly pushed him up, but he was already ahead. Novalak on the inside of Fittipaldi as he hit into the first chicane. Oh, how on the outside? He's going to be pushed onto the gravel.
By Beckman.
No, he's not. Yeah, there was still some gravel on the curb there, but he was not on the gravel. Vips and Cordial.
Side by side, Cordial touching the grass as well, coming on the inside of Kota Grande. He's going to try the outside, coming into the braking zone. Vips will go late on the brakes, he'll squeeze him as much as he can. Coming up the inside there as well was Dennis Hauger, and off the track goes David Beckman. Once again, has to get the position back. Drugovich is in last place. What's happened there? Well, they're all 13th, but Armstrong's 14th, but technically as well. Drugovich right at the back of the train here. The champion is having a horrible weekend here at Monza, but actually he's doing quite good.
Yeah, he made that pit stop, of course, after the set cars deployed, so everyone was already caught up to him and made his pit stop, but he's struggling to try and overtake everyone for now. He's indeed in the last position, well, except for Armstrong, of course.
Yeah, let's have a look. Little Owl says Doohan hasn't proven himself yet. Gwenman says Doohan favourite to replace Alonso. Yep, it seems to be, that's the news, because he's an Alpine driver, and he's the only one they've got. As Gwenman says as well, yeah, Doohan favourite to replace Alonso, question mark. Little Owl says De Vries, I'd say, is the favourite of Gasly. Disappointing state since the start of F1. Sadly, hasn't proven himself absolutely, but Doohan's very good at the moment, but as we see side-by-side battle as Lawson versus Vips. Vips now trying to come back at Lawson, who went around the outside, down the back straight away on the inside. Vips might just force the situation. Lawson's going to hold him, and Lawson keeps the position with a nice move through the Rettifilio.
Yeah, here, no DRS, of course, on this little straight towards the Della Rocchia. Cordial is still behind him. I don't think we're going to see any battles, are we, into the chicane?
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Vips
on the inside line. Oh, that's going to be contact, and it is contact. Round goes Lawson. Lawson's round. It shouldn't be too long. You get it going. But, yellow flag was briefly out too. Oh, that was Vips being a bit too aggressive there. Lawson went on the inside and just had nowhere to go. That was always going to be contact.
Yeah, we can see here Vips on the inside. And Vips locks up and hits Liam Lawson. So Vips is going to get a penalty for that, I think, as well. Liam Lawson being spun around, yeah, that's the risk you take when you go on the outside of the Rocchia. Luckily, he didn't spun into the gravel and he got it stuck there, so kept it going, but he's quite a far way behind now.
Yeah, even the little owl says that's a penalty for Vip, surely. It will definitely be a penalty as well. You can't just do that. Hauger has passed Cordeal, so Cordeal's down to 10th position now. Hauger's moving up the order as well as the racing continues. Verschoor leads the race, Sato's second, but they've still got to do a mandatory pit stop in this race. Jaruvula then has the net lead, but there's a long way to go on those tyres as well to the end of the race. How many laps has he done? Yeah, quite a lot actually. Look at this actually. Sato's right at the back on soft compound tyres against Verschoor. 1:34.557 for Sato. He's got the fast time of the race as the two Van Amersfoort racing cars go side by side as Novalak forces his way through. Goes a little bit too deep, jumps over the curbs, and that's going to let Iwasa through, and it's going to let Fittipaldi through as well for the positions as well. So Iwasa 5th, 6th for Fittipaldi, 7th for Novalak, but Beckman passes Cordeal as well with a drama further back, and now the slipstream battle begins as Iwasa has got to defend for Fittipaldi, who tries around the outside of Della Loggia. They all go late. Novalak's coming through as well. They don't make contact. Wow, it's good racing.
It's really good racing indeed. Novalak just trying to force his way through as well, but he just sticks behind Fittipaldi. Armstrong now says fast lap. Of course, he's in pre-air as well now, but he still has to do another drive-through penalty, doesn't he?
Do you want to be shocked? The broadcast has been on for 1 hour and 3 minutes, and we're not even halfway through the race yet.
Wow, yeah, this was Novalak. Look at him. This is what the sausage curve is. Yeah, it's just.
Why are they
flying.
there? And more damage with the second one. Why are they there? Sausage curbs have no place in motorsport. Absolutely no place.
Yeah, I agree with you there, and it could have been so dangerous when if he bounced back onto.
Off the track! That was Vips being forced off by Novalak, and I think Vips jumped out the way there, really, more than Novalak forcing him. There was enough room. But
yeah, maybe a bit too late from Novalak. We might see a replay of that soon, but that was a bit of a scary moment for Yuri Vips onto the grass there with very high speed.
Yeah, Vips now in the battle as well. Race control. Black and orange flag for Lawson as again, hang on, that's all 4 wheels off the track there from Yuri Vips. He can't do that. He'll have to give that place back as well to Novalak. That was all 4 wheels off the track from Yuri Vips to make that overtake there down the start-finish straight. That can't be allowed. Can't be allowed.
Do they count that as off the track as well? I mean, I think I've seen it a few times before as well, but they might see that as leaving the track and getting an advantage because, yeah, he did force him all the way to the right-hand side.
Yeah.
Lawson, so he has to pit now. I think he did indeed have damage to his front wing. We can see him here.
Yeah, it's broke.
Yeah, indeed.
So Lawson's wing is bouncing up and down whilst under load as well. Under acceleration, it's pretty much holding up through the corners. It strengthens itself due to the opposite load. Let's hear from him.
We've got to box this lap. We have a black and orange flag. We assume it's the front wing. We will also change to the option.
Little Al says that was the track, Josh. That's the start-finish straight. What did I say it was? What did I say it was? It's too long. I need a break. I haven't had food yet either. Let's take a look at it again. This is Lawson into Della Loggia.
Yeah, here's the contact. And there they touch again, which caused the damage to the front wing.
Here he is again. Absolute something we can't say again. But yeah, I tell you one thing as well. This is the two sides of Yuri Vips. Yesterday, he did a great race, great driving. Today, he's out of control Vips again. He's the mad Vips again, and this isn't good. It's really not. As actually Novalak's dropping back massively. Both MP Motorsports having problems as VAR now go around him as well, with Beckman trying around the outside and takes him, and Cordeal's about to move him as well. So MP's not having a good day.
Yeah, Naylor making it 3 wide as well. There is Leon Lawson into the pits. He's got to hope for a safety car, as well as Armstrong, of course, who both are now way out of contention now, as they have dropped down after the pit stops.
So no points for MP Motorsport. They won 269 points, but Vesti is going to get 18, and they're on 255. So ART take the lead of the Constructors' Championship over MP, as Lawson leaves the pit lane, and Novalak's dropped behind Drugovic now. Okay, so ART take the lead of the Constructors, as things stand. Well, this is getting tasty going to Abu Dhabi, that championship.
Yeah. It really is, yeah. Unfortunate for MP Motorsport, of course, but they're right behind the two Van Amersfoort racing cars, so they might try and re-overtake them for some points. Somehow, Verschoor and Sato haven't really been able to pull away from everyone behind, so they still have to make a pit stop, which means they'll drop down all the way to the back, unless there'll be some sort of safety car which could help them.
Yeah,
But yeah, for now they need to really try something crazy for this to make the strategy work.
Yep, Vips and Lawson under investigation. We thought it might be. And that'll be Vips possibly getting a penalty as Druvula looks on the inside at Sato in towards the Retafilio. Thought he was going to go for a move there. Stop-go penalty for Juri Vips. A 10-second stop-go penalty, believably for causing a collision.
Ooh, that's very harsh. It was a little lock up. Ooh, very harsh. One of the harshest penalties, maybe the harshest penalty you could get, of course, besides a black flag. But
Presumably they've tied it up as well with the off-track excursion. For
that's possible, of course.
Like they can't do him for that, so they've done it there because he gained an advantage. So yeah, possibly.
No, I think this is a bit too harsh, honestly. Of course, it was his fault, but 10-second stop and go penalty.
Yeah.
That's usually a 5-second time penalty.
So, yeah, it is, and 10 seconds almost. So that's a 30 seconds lost in the race then, because it's 20 seconds in the pit lane plus 10 seconds stop. So yeah, 30 seconds lost as Lawson gets spun around again by Vips on the replay.
Yeah, this is a typical race incident, a typical 5-second time penalty incident. So
yeah,
this is really confusing that they've decided to give him a 10-second stop and go penalty.
They make no sense today, the stewards.
No, they don't.
It took 25 minutes to work out who was the Formula 3 champion. That's how bad they are getting. Maybe they give the stewards a break after this weekend. Who are the stewards this weekend as well? It's Gerard Enser as well. And Manu Pio, it's Pirot. Emmanuel Pirot is the driver steward this weekend as well. As is Druvula going to go for a move? Yes, he is on the inside line to Sato into the Retafilio, and Hauger takes the fastest lap in 8th on a 1:34.125 as well. As we're on board with Juri Vips, and I think he's about to be told about this penalty over the radio if it pops up on the side of the screen shortly. It's usually why we go on board, to hear about the penalties and him moaning. All drivers are moaning.
But, oh yeah, still side by side. Sato trying to get back. Sato has been struggling a little bit more, it seems like, on his soft tires, because he's already dropped down as well over a second by Rich for sure, and now he's been overtaken by Jan Druvula as well.
More chaos as well. It's really bizarre as they come into the battle zones now as well. So how long are Vachon and Sato going to wait until a safety car, aren't they, to make their pit stops and try and hold on to this lead as long as they can? Gwenwyn says, finally some miracle for Ferrari. Stewards' mistakes could win them a race. Absolutely it could. Well, for instance, Verstappen, qualified second, has a 5-place grid penalty, so yeah, starts 7th. But with everybody else's penalties applied, he should actually start 4th. But actually, he starts 7th. Yeah, he starts 7th.
Exactly. So it's so confusing. As well on the Ziggo Sport post-race show, post-qualifying show, they have set the starting grid. They didn't know it either, but they thought as well, just like me, that they were, Verstappen, for example, going to start 4th.
Yeah.
He started 7th. And I think it was different previous times, but I don't understand it anymore.
There's no consistency at all as Vesti moves around the outside and passes Sato into the Retafilio. Yeah, there's no consistency from the stewards this weekend at all. They're completely changing everything. Wow, Cordeal has the fastest lap of the race as Vips pits for the penalty. Cordeal does a 1:34.091. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Off we go. Well done. So Vips returns, 30 seconds down. He joins Armstrong and Lawson right at the back of the field. So maybe that's why they've done it, because Lawson lost so much time in the race due to Vips' mistake. That's probably why he's done it, to penalise him a lot. That's the only reason I can think of a 10-second stop to go time penalty. But he's still ahead of him, though. Lawson's 1:08 behind.
Yeah, he had to make another pit stop, of course, with his damaged front wing.
Oh, it's just...
They just got hope for a safety car. There are so many cars hoping for a safety car now. Armstrong, Vips, Lawson, and of course Vachon and Sato will be hoping for a safety car.
Drugovich is the champion. I wonder if MP might ask him to put it in the wall in order to help out Novalak, but I doubt they will. Then again, anything's possible in motorsport as they come back through. And Hauger, right at the back of Fittipaldi. Fastest lap now goes to Frederick Vesti, a 1:34.014 on the back straightaway as well. Down now the start-finish straight. And is anyone going to go for moving to Filio? No. I think with the fewer cars we've got, the racing is not as close as it was. So the more we lose, the less exciting it becomes.
Yeah, exactly, and especially with, I think there are only now, let's see, up till Novalak, 11 cars really in a battle, but it's the first time we haven't really seen too many trains either, because this is only from Iwasa to Hauger.
Yeah, it's really bizarre how many trains have formed suddenly as well. There's different groups. The top 4 are a group, Battle for 5, 6, 7 is a group, 8 and 9 are a little thing as well, and then it all splits up down. But yeah, you're right, there's so many groups.
Over the course of this whole weekend, it has been just one group, just from P1 to the last place, basically all in one train. But now it's just been quite separate battles. As we see now, Druvla has closed up to for sure as well, the 2 seconds he was behind.
Well, you know why, don't you? Because this is a mandatory pit stop race. So at pit stops, you remove those battles. And that's what's causing it. Oh, well, here we go, look. This might liven things up again. This will be for Virtuosi, so yeah. Into the pit.
Yeah, Sato still needs to make a pit stop, of course.
Sato does pit, yeah, for Virtuosi. Sato dives in then. From 4th position, 10 to go.
Sato was on the soft, so I think sure it was on the medium, so he can try and stay out a bit longer, hoping for some sort of safety car, but they're not. Maybe it can happen now, but there's not too many battles which could cause that safety car.
Hauger might. Mediums go on for Sato. Joins behind Novalak, but on much, much fresher tyres, but he now desperately needs the safety car to bring him back into contention for this race. He's too far down. And this race is getting a little bit more weird as it goes along. It's a very unusual one.
This might be a bit what we're going to see in Formula 1 later on today.
Oh, God.
Possibly, but you never know. We have seen some, I think last week as well, Formula 1 was better than the Formula 2 race, well, at least for the sprint, of course.
That's true.
But
yeah.
we were afraid that it was going to be just as boring like that, and then it turned out to be quite an exciting one as well.
I really enjoyed Zandvoort, actually. I mean, on Saturday I was saying, why are we racing here? We've got no overtaking at all. It's really just a spectacle race. When we've got tracks like Assen and things like that, why are we racing there? And then Sunday came, I thought, wow, this is a really good race. So I completely changed my mind on Zandvoort because it gave us great wheel-to-wheel action, it gave us a great strategy play, and it was a great, great race. So, yeah.
Yeah, there were. Also, I didn't expect as many battles as there were, actually. In that race, so it was a really exciting one. But then this one, of course, can be ultra exciting. But you never know what's going to happen in Formula 1.
The elbows up. Come on.
Close it down. Close it down. As Iwasa under pressure from Fittipaldi coming through the braking zone as well. Almost thought there was going to be contact there for sure. From Fittipaldi, actually, not from Fischer.
Yeah, but for sure we'll pit to the softs, right? Won't he? I suppose he's on the mediums now.
For sure. I like those jokes. As turn-outs involving Novalak and Vips reviewed, no further action as well is being taken.
Yeah.
And Charles Leclerc says he wasn't expecting to compete for pole position at Monza. Oh, okay. Come on, Ferrari, to give us a home win at the home circuit. That would be something. Max has had a home win at Austria for Red Bull, in Belgium for the nationality of his birth, and then in the Netherlands, his home country. So I think Ferrari should give themselves a home race win.
The only home race he was missing out on was Monaco.
Yes, he did, didn't he? Yeah.
Where his actual home is, but yeah. Furthermore, he's been doing a very good job at his home races for that. And now this could be Ferrari's day. They've been looking pretty strong, so they have a chance. But in the race space, the Red Bulls did look really strong.
I'm keeping my fingers crossed that we have a good race later, and it's not going to be a bad one, but we maybe really get a bad race at Monza. It's just something about this track. It just gives us good racing. It doesn't work anywhere else, only here in Monza as well. It's the utter feel of it as well. In the middle of the Royal Park, scenery hasn't changed that much at all since the 1960s, even the 1950s as well. When we were on the banking, it was still surrounded by trees as well. It's fantastic as well. People once said that if you removed the tarmac from Monza, underneath it would be Ferrari's blood that all goes round as well. It beats this circuit. Monza's got its own heart as well. The Tifosi, every time they cheer, they make it beat harder. And we're getting a great race here in Formula 2 because it is a number of different battles to keep our eye on. You've got to start engaging your brain and seeing what the strategy is going to play up for as we see Beckman versus Cordial and the two VAR cars as well closing in. And there's only a couple laps to go. 23 of 30, so 7 to go, including the next lap.
Yeah, that's the lovely thing about these sort of circuits, just like Zandvoort as well, with all those incredible fans. Just a bit unfortunate from the booing we heard, of course, after qualifying. But that's what you maybe can expect, unfortunately. But yeah, furthermore, it's just very much alive. And like maybe some other circuits, like we saw in, like, I don't know, Saudi Arabia or something, those newer circuits. At these circuits, yeah, it's just very different. It feels different.
I tell you what race I'm looking forward to most of all, Suzuka in Japan. Those fans are just something else, and it's always a good race in Suzuka whenever it comes to it as well. As we come back, there we go. TV pictures returning. So Suzuka will be fun. So Singapore will actually be quite nice to go back to as Cordial thinks about a move on Beckman, but the two VARs running in points for the first time this year, both of them at the same time in a points-paying position. So I hope they're not going to make contact with each other, because I don't think VAR will have either of them. Beckman's in as well temporarily. As,
yeah.
And not black. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, they're a good shot of getting some good points here, of course. They don't have too many points. They're at the bottom of the, they're at the bottom of the standings. Van Amersfoort Racing.
Yeah, 43, no wins either this year. Oh, Sato, fastest lap, 1:33.771 on those medium compound tyres. And he's closed up to the back of Marcus Armstrong, so that's going to be interesting to see. I wonder if he could get 10th before the end of the race, but 22 seconds, unlikely unless it's a safety car as well. And this, Vachor's going to be passed by Druvela soon, so Druvela might win this race.
Is that Lawson? He's nearly being lapped now.
I was looking at the timing screen. It is Lawson. Yeah, 1 minute 27 seconds behind. Lap time here is a 1:34. So yeah, Lawson's going to get lapped. I wonder if he might back up a bit, just let himself be lapped. Nah, not like him. Vachor's
a lap less.
Yeah, lap less to do, I suppose. Yeah. For sure, he's getting awfully defensive here. He hasn't pitted yet from those medium compound tyres, and he's running out of time as well, actually, to do so. So Druvela's got the net lead of this race. I don't know what Vachor's holding on for, because he's not the net leader of this race. As we see the two VRs battling again. Cordial looking to the back of Beckman. On board with Druvela.
We know Cordial, of course, so if for sure wants the chance of a safety car, there's still a slight chance, because the two Van Amersfoort Racing cars are close to each other, but
push and the box. Push and the box.
Push and box. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, they have to. There are only 5 minutes to go, and it doesn't seem like we're going to get a safety car anytime soon now as well.
Yeah, the pit window closes, of course, doesn't it? 3 laps before the end of the race for a mandatory pit stop, so he's got to do it. Still, impressive he's managed to get those tyres so long.
Yeah, he would have definitely finished his race if he was allowed to, but he's not, so he has to pit this lap.
30 laps on the mediums, and these tyre compounds of Formula 2 are exactly the same as Formula 1. They're exactly the same tyre compound mould. So somebody remember that we can go 30 laps on mediums later on today. That could be interesting. It's a 53-lap race. It could be a one-stopper, unless the safety cars and red flags getting involved.
Yeah, could be, but we've seen a lot of long runs practice as well.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
On the softs.
Oh, yeah,
maybe we might see a 2-stop.
I hope so, because that'll excite the race, as for sure pits. Although we don't know the starting tyres just yet, do we? Because that rule's gone from the Q2 tyre rule. Now you can
it was a nice rule, so it's kind of fortunate that it's gone. Oh,
Hauger's going for it. He's just shoving a wheel at the inside as well, trying to get ahead of Fittipaldi for 4th, and just holding back. Oh, that's for sure leaving the pit lane. Tried and happy. Gone.
He's so far behind now. So they just all they wanted was a safety car. It's just really been a calm race.
Yeah, since the red flag.
Yeah, since red flag, of course.
But yeah, it has been a bit. It's been a race of 3 halves, I reckon. So much difference.
Yeah, I mean it's weird to say it was a calm race if you look at look at the bottom of the stand of the timing. So everyone out. Oh, Cordeal!
Oh, there's Cordeal nearly causing a safety car. And here's Beckman.
Okay, David. We need to swap position with Amohi. Let him have a go at Alger.
Hey, I
Oh my
don't
God.
do it. Chill, mate. I just screwed up my tires.
It's an order.
No, he's taller than me, Fritz. I'm sorry. I was screwed up my tires.
Okay.
Well, why are they giving team orders in a Formula 2? But Cordeal's gone off the track anyway now, and he's under attack from Dragovic. So Beckman holds his ground, and rightly so. This is Formula 2. It's not about a team's championship. Formula 2, you are out for yourself. So don't agree with the team order there. I agree. What do you think, Sims?
Yeah, as well. And it's pretty ironic. I was starting to laugh as well because he said let Cordeal by, but he just went through the gravel.
And now he's going to get passed by Dragovic for 7th, and he's done it. Dragovic goes to 7th. Cordeal down into 8th position and loses out on the overall time. As the audio's got a bit quiet. That's why. Here's a replay. And this is Sato passing Armstrong.
Yeah, down the inside, bit late. Well done. Yeah, it's Dragovic doesn't really have the pace. This is what happened to big slide and into the gravel for Cordeal into the gravel at Lesma too. And that's costing him a position. But Dragovic, look, he's dropped down quite a lot before Cordeal went into the gravel behind the Van Amstel racing car. So really struggling this race.
Yeah, really bizarre situations going on right now as well as they come through. Druvela then has a 1.6 second advantage over Vesti. Seems that's going to hold. Battle for 3rd, though, is the way the action is. Awasa, Fittipaldi and Halga closing in. Fittipaldi might take 3rd position here and get on the podium because I don't think Awasa's tyres are going to last too much longer compared to his lap times as well. Awasa's a 134.4 last lap. Fittipaldi a 134.2. So he's 0.3 of a second faster. There's a yellow flag out on the track somewhere. Green flag now, so whatever it was, it's vanished quite quickly. It was a brief yellow sector 2. So I wonder who that was, as we now see the DRS. Oh, it's Sato off, and he's been passed by Armstrong. Sato went wide. That's a shame.
Yeah, possibly into the gravel somewhere. Fittipaldi is looking for a move on the inside. Just a bit too far.
I couldn't make a move.
Maybe at Lesmo 1 or something.
Yeah.
Into the gravel.
So annoying. I'm expecting more power, more pace, and it's just not happening. Let's have a look at Sato then. You're right, Lesmo 2. Oh, exactly.
Yeah, into the gravel. Ooh, yeah. And that's why Cordeal didn't get a yellow flag, but Sato does because it's a lot longer into the gravel there. Just drop down behind Armstrong.
That can happen in Formula 1 later as well, actually, so that could be quite a thing to watch.
Yeah. We've seen it with Nick de Vries in qualifying. No, in practice 3. In Lesmo 1, he just slid off.
Yeah, then he did it in Lesmo. Yeah. And I've just got this feeling, Synth, that we're going to have a red flag later. I've honestly just got this feeling that there'll be a red flag in the race.
Another one.
Yeah. I don't know where. I just got that feeling. Something's amiss here. It's that thing. Let's hear from Druvela.
My radio's disconnected. I can't hear you. Put the gap on the pit wall. Gap on the pit wall.
And now they're going to have to get up because the gap needs to be on the pit wall. He can't hear it, and they've had to bring up this gap as well. But it's not going to be ready in time. It's not going to be ready, is it? Let's have a look. Is the board hanging out? No, it's not. No, it's not. So he doesn't know the gap is 1.7 seconds to Vesti. Wow, so Druvela's in a bit of trouble.
Well, yeah, you can see he's not fast enough at least for now, but he's gonna want to see it next lap for sure, of course. But yeah, but we still need last year. Was it last year? No, 2 years ago. Last year, I'm not sure. When in Formula 2 there was in Formula Regional there was a big crash causing a red flag up the hill, and then you had in Monaco, and then you had Porsche Super Cup also a red flag up the hill. And then we all expected maybe a crash for Formula 1, and then nothing happened already.
Nothing happened, yeah. In Monaco, yeah, I remember that, yeah. 2 years ago. No, it couldn't have been 2 years. Oh, was it 2021?
Yeah, I'm confused as well.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, it was
2020.
last
It
year.
was last year because we didn't race in 2020
Yeah,
because
yeah,
of
yeah,
COVID.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
So yeah, it was 2021 that we had that red flag. I do remember it. I do remember it. And I was surprised actually that we didn't have a red flag in F1 last year in Monaco. And how many red flags we had this year? We had a red flag in Monaco as well.
Yeah, for the rain.
And then we had a red flag at Silverstone. Is that it?
Is that it? I'm not too sure. Last lap of the race.
Yeah, final lap. Okay, that's snuck up on us. Bahrain, no. Saudi, no. Australia, no. Monza, no. Imola, no. America, no. Spain, no. Monaco, 2. Azerbaijan,
Monaco
no.
and Britain.
Canada, yeah. Monaco and Britain are the only 2 races that have been red flagged this year.
Yeah.
I'm double checking with myself now.
I've checked as well now.
Yeah, yeah.
So
only 3 red flags this year in 2 races because Monaco got stopped twice. So final lap of the race then, and the last race until November.
Last year 6.
Go again?
Last year there were 6, and this year only 2.
Well, they all came towards the end of the season. They didn't have the red flags that came out.
Yeah,
as well.
that's true.
So that could be exciting. Well, we went through the middle part, didn't we? 3 races in a row got red flagged. Spain. No, Spain. Silverstone, Hungary, and Belgium all got red flagged. 3 races running. Then we had 2 later on in the year in Saudi.
Oh, 2, yeah, of course. So that's great. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 red flags last year because there were 2 in Saudi Arabia.
Trying to work out where else there was 2 as well. There was another 2 last year somewhere. Well, 2 in Belgium technically because the race it was 2 in Belgium.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's it. So there was 8 last year. Blimey. Anyway, into the Parabolica for their last time. Johan Jaruvela at Prema's home racetrack. It's Forza Prema in Monza. Johan Jaruvela puts the team on top and wins the feature race for Formula 2 at Monza. Frederick Vesti is second. Amuma Wassa finishes in third. Fittipaldi fourth. Halga fifth. Beckman sixth. Dragovic is seventh. Cordial eighth. Last points go to Novalak and Vesti in 10th. Vasseur 10th. Armstrong 11th, Vips 12th, Sato 13th, Lawson 14th. Williams, Dewan, Sargent, Pocher, Giotto, Bosch and Caldwell out of the race. Calderon never started on medical grounds. What a race at Monza. A race of 3 halves.
Yeah, absolutely. It was it was quite a calm race after the red flag.
Yeah.
Especially after we've seen Formula 3, it feels like there was nothing happened, but still quite a lot of action and quite some battles. And well done for Prema and for Jaruvela.
There he is.
Come on, me. Bravo, ragazzo. Bravo, Gian. Bravo.
Yeah.
Nicely done there on the board as well. Wow, what a race that has been. I'm almost worn out. We've been non-stop since 7:30 a.m. and it's now 10:30. So that's what, 3 hours? 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 3 hours we've been non-stop now commentating from the Formula 3 with a red flag, Formula 2 red flagged. There's a nice gap now for F1.
Yeah, usually we think, geez, this is such a long gap. No, we need it maybe.
Yeah, we need it. For the Formula 1 later, by the way, on here at 1 p.m. British Summer Time. That's 2 p.m. in Europe. The race starts 2 p.m. UK time, 3 p.m. Central Europe as well. And we'll have highlights of qualifying, and then we'll have all the on-grid stuff as well. We'll hear from Ted in the pit lane, Crofty up in the comms box. We'll have a minute's silence on the grid as well, and I'm not sure whether or not Martin is doing a grid walk or not, but if he is, we will hear Martin's grid walk as well. So it's the place to be. Let's hear from Frederick Vesti.
Thank you for today. Good job, guys. Thank you.
Vesti's happy as well, and so he should be. A good race from him here today. As Awasa comes back in as well, P3. We're going to hear from him as well, or yes, we are.
Really, really happy. P3.
Oh, those are the kind of the radios. We loved it here.
Everyone's pre-race procedure has just been noted as well. So, okay. So Martin's grid walk will still happen, we believe, but it would now be this. At 2:42, the drivers will move to the national anthem position. For the duration of the national anthem, all drivers must remain attired in only their race suits. And then at 2:43, there is a minute's silence for Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. And then at 2:44, we will have the national anthem.
On the weekend, but great season. So thanks from the bottom of my heart for the season. Yeah, thank you, mate. Thank you. Yeah, it was very clear today. I couldn't do much more. So yeah, anyway, happy. Thank you. Grazie, world champion.
Djokovic, of course, finishing in 7th. Jaruvula winning the race. But yeah, so 2:42, drivers will go to the front of the grid for the national anthem positions. 2:43, the minute silence for Her Majesty the Queen. And then at 2:44, we will have the Italian national anthem as well. So that's the pre-race procedure there. You can hear it and watch it all live here on the YouTube channel as well. During the minute silence as well, we'll be hearing from the track and we'll have an image of Her Majesty up on the screen as well for the minute's silence as well. So, 2 months since until we round up the F2 season in Abu Dhabi. It's going to be living hell to not have F2 for 2 months because it's been a very exciting season. You're looking forward to Abu Dhabi?
Yeah, I am. Abu Dhabi is quite a fun. Last year was pretty fun, those races there with Formula 2. So, hoping to see the same again this year. Yeah, those new corners, of course, made it really interesting. We've seen some chaos there, and we might see it again.
Everybody always goes on about, oh, Abu Dhabi, it's not the right place for the season finale. It doesn't feel like it. Make it go back to Brazil, things like that. Actually, I quite like the season finale in Abu Dhabi. It gives it sort of like a peaceful feel to make you go into the winter. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Brazil never gave me that. It was always like, oh, this is big, dramatic, all that lot. Yeah, but it doesn't work that well. I like the peaceful feel Abu Dhabi gives you, especially with a twilight race. It's a wonderful poetic thing, like the sun setting on the championship. Here's the race result with Alex Jakes.
After 30 laps at Monza, the FIA Formula 2 feature race won by Jane Daruvula, Frederick Vesti in second place, and Ayuma Owasa taking an unlikely podium. Sometimes you don't have the pace, but he did have the racecraft. Enzo Fittipaldi with a good points haul in fourth ahead of Hauger, Beckman, our champion Felipe Dragovic in seventh place, Amaury Cordial in the points again after that breakthrough in Zandvoort, and Clement Novalak, Richard Verschoor, who gambled. He takes the final point, gets a bonus point for fastest lap as well. He didn't get the safety car he was looking for after staying out there. Juri Vips, day to forget for him. Marino Sato in 12th, Marcus Armstrong and Liam Lawson at the front of the field with all the opportunity, and it slipped through their fingers. The retirements: Williams doing Sargent, Pourchaire, Giotto, Cochon, Caldwell, and Tatiana Calderon didn't take the start.
Thank you very much, Alex. I just didn't want to read through that again, to be fair, because I've done it so many times today. So, Alex Jakes is telling us what's happened there. So, the drivers will make their way up to the cool-down room. Because we're so far behind in the schedule, the fact that I think in 20 minutes is it until that the Porsche Super Cup starts, we've skipped the interviews.
14 minutes, it says. But
oh, wow.
There'll probably be a delay.
Well, they've got time. They have time. No need to panic. It's just what happened in the Porsche Super Cups now. I'll be watching while having some breakfast, finally, at 11 o'clock in the morning. Such a long day. But always fun. At least there's no Moto 3, Moto 2 British Touring Car clashes here as well. That would have been a nightmare.
Is there a different race director for Formula 1?
Yeah, today, Formula 1's race director this weekend is Niels Wittek. And for Formula 2, I will have a look and see who it is.
It's been absolutely crazy this weekend because for Formula 3, of course, well, that's clear.
Same for F3 and F2, yeah. It's the same
but
race
for
director.
F2, now as we saw the like rolling start, for example. That's already like why. And then those penalties. What was that? I mean, I think there was a 10-second stop and go penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That was 5 seconds last time.
Yeah. It makes zero sense again. That's what they've got to do. Make it make sense. Here's the drivers in the cool-down room. If we can hear them.
I lost the place to Vips because I got the yellow flag. I thought it was a safety car, so I lifted.
Yeah, it won't be that was unlucky.
They forgot to turn the mic on a second ago.
This was
Yeah, the guy inside.
Your race director in Formula 2 is Rui Marquez, and the same race director for Formula 3. So Rui Marquez, who is the number 2 to Niels Wittig and Eduardo Freitas, the race directors up here in Formula 1. Alongside, of course, they are both overseen by Herbie Blasch. Onto the podium then we are going to go. And Johan Jaruvela, the 23-year-old from Prema, we will hear the Indian national anthem for him as well. But in reverse order, it's Amumawasa who finishes in 3rd place. It's 2nd for Frederick Vesti as well. Your race winner, the 23-year-old Indian, it's Johan Jaruvela, who will take the top honours here. And Prema get a home win. In Formula 3, Prema wrapped up the team's standings. In Formula 2, they've got a home win. Can it be the same in Formula 1? The Indian national anthem for Johan Jaruvela. The national anthem of India there for Johan Jaruvela, who has taken a victory here today. Open up that trophy. Well done, Jaruvela. Absolutely fantastic. His first win of the season, and it's a feature race as well. Prema get their team's trophy on home soil as well. Always nice to see. 2nd place for Frederick Vesti. They've got the order right this morning, it looks like, since after yesterday's not the correct order. Frederick Vesti takes 2nd, and 3rd place for Amol Mawasa as well on the podium. What's been your moment of the race then, Synth?
Well, lap 1, I suppose, that was definitely the most action-packed lap. Afterwards, it became pretty, well, maybe you can say boring.
Yeah, it was, yeah, a bit at the end. Anyway, time for champagne! Well, that's it then. Formula 2 only has one more weekend left, and it will be at the season finale of Formula 1 in Abu Dhabi at the end of November. 2-month break then. The drivers will go away, do a couple of other series, have a bit of rest and relaxation, and come back to give us all a grandstand finish. The Drivers' Championship may have been sorted this weekend with Felipe Dragovic, but the team's standings goes down all the way to Abu Dhabi. That's going to be something to watch as well. My thanks to you, Synthel, this weekend. Quick question, who do you think is going to win in Formula 1 later on today?
I'm going to say Leclerc. I hope it's going to be Leclerc.
I've gone for Verstappen. We've switched places. Anyway, my thanks to you, Synthel. I'll see you again probably in about 2 weeks on the commentary when we get you on for something in Singapore if you're around.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thanks as always, Synth. And we'll see you in 2 months for Abu Dhabi, of course, for Formula 2. My thanks to all of you at home for watching. It's been a long, difficult morning. Porsche Super Cup next for Formula 1 on track. But we'll be back at 1 o'clock UK time for the action from Formula 1's Italian Grand Prix with our build-up as well. We'll see you next time when Formula 2 returns at the end of November. Bye for now from Monza.